Welcome to Relish the Riker Down Under again, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you're in for a wonderful 2025. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and of course the New Year celebrations. We had quite a nice one. A few of us went down to Coffs Harbour to a pub instead of choosing whose place to go to and cooking and all the rest of it, so we had a pretty good time. And then I was in Brisbane with some in-laws for New Year's. So we left Grafton yesterday, folks, and we have done a lot of filming, but now is the introduction, and that is because it didn't work again. The sound, nothing but a thorn in our side, honestly. I did a massive introduction yesterday, rambled on for ages, and no, it didn't happen. So let's hope it's happening right now. We're actually about to hit dirt road. We've actually come up to escape the heat to a place called Ebor, so 1300 metres up elevation, and always cooler. So with it being so humid, hot and humid in Grafton at the present time, we thought, come for a ride. Pitched a tent at the pub, behind the pub meals. Fantastic. Although I didn't sleep that well. But anyway, we're having a little ride at the moment to Point Lookout. So as I said, this is the introduction, but it's a bit all over the place because we filmed quite a bit beforehand. So in the future you will see what we've already done. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't to me, but we're going to a place that someone told us called Point Lookout. So Ebor is very, very cold in the winter for us Aussies. And it is a small village, and it is a destination for trout fishing. A few trout fishermen there at the moment. I wouldn't know how to trout fish, so I do not have a fishing rod or a lure or whatever it is they need with me, or waders, but it's very popular for the trout fishing. And a lot of bike riders. Ebor was actually where we took you when we were heading to Newcastle for me to get my provisionals. Our first night was in Ebor, and it was very, very cold, but it was lovely. Beautiful rooms, but we're tenting it this time round. This is a bit slippery. It's a pretty little dam.
Turns out, folks, that's part of the trout fishery. New South Wales government run trout fishery hatching thingy bobby. We don't know anything about trout, but that's what that is.
What a great place to live. Actually, I think that was a hatchery. There's a hatchery here which is temporarily closed, so that could be a hatchery. Trout hatchery. Yeah, but it's closed at the moment. I don't know why. I seem to be sliding all over the place. I'm going to have a dirty bike on the way home tomorrow. So there's meant to be a storm this afternoon. I hope it's not too bad, because our little tent might get damaged. Whoa, I'm sliding. I know it. You can't see it on camera, but my tail end is certainly having a big slide. 15 k's of this. So Big Rebel hasn't been out on a long ride since we last filmed, when we did that trip where Tom got us lost. He won't like me saying that, I've just thrown that in to stir him up. Hasn't been out for a trip, and it only went into town from out where we live once the other day, and that's been it. Because we've had a fair bit of rain of late on the last week, and then I was away, and it's been very, very humid and hot. Summer's not a great time for riding. But we've got February coming, and that's usually the hottest month. And then we'll probably be back into it. We might try and do a trip when school goes back. In New South Wales it goes back on the 7th of February, I believe. So a couple of weeks before we do another trip. Queensland goes back earlier, so I suppose we could do a trip into Queensland somewhere, but while it's holidays it's expensive and it's crowded. Look, self-contained lodge cottages and cabins, so you can come up here. Now, we've been told by the people that work at the Ebor hotel that this is quite beautiful. It's not really advertised. Not many people know about it. Well, we didn't know about it until this morning. I think it's National Park. Yes, and no matter what we do, this sound business, the wire jiggles loose. It's been glued in, all sorts of things, but it just still keeps coming loose. If it's going to jiggle loose, it'll jiggle loose on this road. You could certainly party up here and no one would hear you. Two sticks. Cabins. Yeah. Point Lookout. I think Tom gave you an update on what's been happening and how he had another anaphylaxis from a wasp sting. 2 ambulances this time. Oh dear, that's going to cost us, but we've got insurance for that. I just don't know how many times you can claim in 1 year, because it's last February and then Christmas Eve. It's not nice when it happens. So I have 2 EpiPens for him now, especially if he was to get stung today out here. There's probably no service. You wouldn't get an ambulance out here in a hurry, so 2 Epi. Hit him once, hit him again in 5 minutes, nothing. It's his blood pressure drop though, is the main thing. That's the big worry. It changes your way of thinking a bit, and you know, where you should and shouldn't be. So, the New England National Park. Welcome to the Gondwana Rainforests of Australia. Okay. Interesting. Whoa. Woo. We have some, not potholes, but some ridges. The reason I say Tom had 2 ambulances because Grafton had a shortage, so they dragged one fellow out of bed and he came out, and that was just to make sure we kept him alive before the other came from Coffs Harbour, I believe, because they need to have one in the back with him. Awful times when that happens. Christmas Eve too, you'd think you'd time it a bit better than that. This is pretty. Lots of beautiful tree ferns. I'm just taking it quite slow because you don't know what wildlife could jump out here. Residence, the chalet. I wonder how much that costs. I detect a smell of smoke. It's great that they have this bitumen bit here. I wish it was like this all the way in. Okay. A little bit of shade. I think this is for motorhomes. This is for motorhomes. We have to go there. That's loud. What's it called again?
Cooling fan for the radiator.
That's the cooling fan for the radiator, folks. It comes on quite a lot, actually. These beautiful gum trees. I wish we could see some koalas.
Have lunch?
Yeah, you going to take this off?
I suppose I could.
It's windy up here. How far do you think the lookout is?
I wish.
Just there. That was very... I was sliding. Were you sliding?
Not a lot.
You were going too fast to slide.
I was trying to keep ahead of your dust.
I know.
See this, folks, this is what annoys me. The dust now on the back wheel, that's not the annoying part. It's the dust on the chain. Now the chain is bone dry and I've got to ride home. I don't like chains just for that reason, but is that a reason enough to change bikes? I don't know. Alright, we'll show you something when we find it. Beautiful ride in, alright, yeah. Alright, well we'll go and look for something nice and show you when we find it. Check this out, guys. It's fully enclosed with glass. There's a tank, water tank out there. 2 picnic tables under this roof. And it's fully enclosed with glass. Must get pretty... Oh, it's got a fireplace as well. Must get cold. Ladies and... Well, you can say.
Where's the microphone?
It's right there at the front. They're listening.
Folks, we're on our way to a lookout. But doesn't this look beautiful?
I'll zoom in.
Look at all the mossy handrails.
Nice.
Look out.
As I said a little earlier, we're at over 1,500 metres, and this is the middle of summer, and it's nice and pleasant here at the moment. And I said to Wendy, dare we come back in the middle of winter and check it out? I think we should. Alright, get you back when we get to the lookout. YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the lookout.
That would be the ocean.
Okay. Sorry guys, had a little interruption there. Now I'm going to try and zoom it because I'm pretty sure you're not going to really see with the wide angle. Holy mackerel. That's something, isn't it? If it wasn't hazy, you could probably see the ocean. Awesome.
No camera. The other camera.
This one, I'm about to. Okay, chaps, ladies and gentlemen, another lookout here. Again, this camera's not going to do it justice. You're going to have to come and visit Point Lookout. Is it Point Lookout National Park? New England National Park, sorry.
It's in the Gondwana rainforests of Australia.
Just an amazing outlook. Very hazy, but I don't know whether that's smoke or...
If you like a bushwalk,
yeah.
you'll like this one.
And this, the way this tree comes out across the deck there. Bloody beautiful.
Beautiful, folks.
Beautiful.
Did you get that? Beautiful.
Beautiful. Well worth the ride. It was a bit of a dirt road getting here. I think Wendy filmed it. But well worth the ride. And this is the headwaters of the Bellinger River. Down in that gully, according to that sign. I didn't know that. I'm not trying to be smart.
Something he didn't know.
Something I didn't know, she said. Alright, let's move on. Alright chaps, very nervously put the drone out here off this lookout, because once it's out there and something goes wrong, we'll never see it again. Poor little Daisy would have just plummeted to her death. So we cocked this up a little bit in that we've lost the recording of the intro, but in a way it turned out better because this intro was much prettier than the ride into Grafton, although I don't know what Wendy said and neither does she remember. It doesn't matter. So that we'll call it quits at this video, and then the next thing you'll see will be a little bit of a ride into Ebor and our little campsite, etc. So a bit arse about, but that's our life, arse about. So thanks for watching this first bit, which is actually the second bit, but we're not going to talk about that. Well worth the visit here to Point Lookout, folks. This is in the New England National Park. It the road into here runs off the road between Ebor and Armidale. It's a very pretty spot. I'm going to come back in winter, or we are, in the middle of winter and have a look at it. This is the middle of summer, so we'll do a bit of a comparison. Alright, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for part 2, which is actually part 1, but we're not going to talk about that. There's some pretty rock work there. The people who built that lookout are brave, because I tell you what, I was not happy standing on the edge looking down. But then I'm not very tough when it comes to heights. Thanks for watching, folks. Catch you on the next one.